Hi guys, this is Hiro. How's everyone doing today? So today I'm going over traditional benefits versus modern actions, okay? This thought came to me during the eclipse yesterday. It was a very strong eclipse. And the fact that Rahu and Ketu are also changing signs tomorrow, I thought that wisdom I acquired is going to go a really long way for some people throughout this new chapter, especially as Rahu goes into Pisces, which is all about detachment and things like that, okay? And Ketu's in Virgo, which is all about rational thinking. So this is a very good time to receive this lesson at the beginning of this stage. And it's very important too. Traditional benefits, right? So our ancestors, I don't care what background you're from, they had a different way of living, right? Now, how exactly did they have a different way of living? Well, it's mainly in regards, or the benefits that we desire that they had are mainly in regards to the four kendras, if you are familiar with astrology. But if you're not, I'm going to describe it. It's basically the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th house. First house represents your physical body, your reputation, basically you on the outside. Your fourth house represents your home, your comforts. Your seventh house represents your relations of any kind, or your connection to any people. And your 10th house represents career, or basically anything you do with kind of purpose, okay? So these four areas, they were a big part of traditional life. And because of that, there was a certain way that they acted in regards to these four areas. And because of that, there were different benefits that they had. Now, we tend to desire a lot of these benefits, which I will discuss in a second. However, our Western civilized way of living, for the most of us that are watching this video through some kind of device, the way we act or think in life might not necessarily align with those benefits, and there might be a new set of benefits that come, okay, that we may not fully desire as much as traditional benefits, okay? So that's what I'm going to kind of discuss in this video. If you want the traditional benefits, you have to monitor your modern actions, okay? Because some of them are just not going to align. So you can't do both, okay? That's just how life is, okay? For example, your first house, right? If you want to be healthy, you probably cannot eat so much modern processed food, right? There's some that are simple that I'm going to start off with, and there's some that are more complex, okay? If you want a sturdy reputation, which a lot of us actually subconsciously very much desire, but also a lot of us don't have any discipline to do anything or for a very long time without getting emotionally overwhelmed or, thrown off track mentally, you're not going to have a reputation of any kind or a standing of any kind in society, right? I have a decent, reputation amongst, I guess you can say, some of the people I know, but even online to an extent. It's not a huge, presence or reputation, but it's because I've been, helping people for a very long time. This is something that I've been disciplined about for years, even before YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for almost 2.5 years, but even before YouTube, it's been a very long time since I've been just trying to assist anybody in any way possible, okay? If you want to be very fit, I would say people in the past have been in generally more fit, not necessarily more aesthetic from a bodybuilding standpoint. I'm just saying overall more fit for the most part. In places where, let's just say in some areas, let's just say your ancestors they were a little bit more fit than you are now, right? They were able to walk longer. They were able to do just more things, whatever. A part of that could come from the activities that you do, right? Were they necessarily sitting in front of the TV all day? What were they doing, right? Now, right now I tend to hit on the first house and the 10th house, those two areas, right? And these are areas that we care about. But the more areas we care about is the 7th house and the 4th house, right? Our home life, our relationships, things like that. A big part, let's just say, of relationships in the past is unselfishness, okay? Traditional life, at least in most of Indian culture, there are some family members who would like die for each other, okay? Or very, very supportive, like objectively, unconditionally very supportive, right? So if you want that type of relationship now, you also have to embody those kind of energies, right? So for example, if you're a little bit more thinking about yourself or something like that, which in modern day, there are certain activities and things like that that could promote this kind of thinking, right? Like, for example, social media or TV, it's all about you, right? It's all about what pleasure you want, what attention you want, what things you want, things like that, right? So if you tend to have that mindset, that's fine. But this is also going to bleed out in your relations or with your friends. If you are like that, most likely your friends are going to be like that, right? And now another counterpoint to that could be like, okay, oh, Hero, I'm trying to be super nice to my friends, right? Why are they not being nice back to me? Well, because one thing could be you're being nice conditionally, either consciously or subconsciously, and you just don't know it. It's not an unconditional, because if it was unconditional, you wouldn't be wondering why they're being like this to you, okay? As to an extent. Same thing with home life, okay? If you're the type that if somebody asks you for a favor and you're second guessing and wondering why you have to do it, but then you're wondering when you need a favor why no one's there, you should probably take a look at the energies you're embodying, right? So your actions stem from the energies that you're embodying, okay? Your energies, it all starts with energy. So your energies is also very highly influenced by your routine. So you need to take a look at your routine. So if you don't like the benefits that you have, if you want to adjust whatever benefits you have in your life, especially in related to these four things: your reputation or your body, your comforts in your home, your relations, and the things that you do in life. Take a good look at the actions that you're doing. And from the actions that you're doing, take a good look at, okay, like highlight certain actions mentally and see what energies you're holding on to that are causing you to do these actions. And what part of your routine can you adjust to change some of these energies? Now, this routine could be a myriad of things. It could be you need to start meditating to detach from certain things to clear your energy. It could be you need to do something to, stop being lazy and stuff like that energetically, so you're not as sluggish, you're not as stagnant. I don't know. And if you guys have any questions or comments, as usual, you can let me know. But this is kind of the process that I would recommend you get started in, okay? If traditional benefits are something that you desire, okay? One other thing, we are in a completely different space right now, okay? Just in the world, energy. So don't get too hard on yourself if you're not receiving every single benefit that, somebody 100 years ago would have had, okay? It's a completely different world. But objectively, if you notice that there's a theme that you'd like to carry over as much as possible into your life right now, I would recommend you try to do as much as possible to do some of the things that I just said, okay? Yeah, that's pretty much that. If you have any questions or comments, you can feel free to let me know. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later. Thank you all very, very much for watching.